can do as much resistance training. You can have the cleanest diet. You can even really prioritize your sleep hygiene. But if you're not breathing properly, you likely won't not have optimal health, because it affects your microbiome as well. And some people just take breathing for granted. But what is the one thing we can't survive with for more than 3 minutes? It's oxygen. So it really is the most critical nutrient. And without it, I really don't feel that we can have optimal living. And especially where brain development is so important in kids. And what does your brain need? It needs a lot of oxygenation. This is really important to get under control. And I'm disappointed that so many colleagues just kind of kick the can, or they say that your child will outgrow it. And what we're just watching kind of children get sicker and sicker as a result. But I do see a movement happening in dentistry and even in medicine where airway health in children is becoming more discussed. And so thank you for giving me a platform to talk about it more. Parents often say, where do I start? I will say there's a wonderful book. It's called Sleep-Wrecked Kids. It's written by Sharon Moore, and it's written for parents to become advocates for their children. So I highly recommend, if you're scratching your head saying, no one in my area practices this way, I can only get so much from a social media post. Where do I start? I really recommend getting that book. And then also for you as an adult, Breath by James Nestor is wonderful. It's also a really captivating read. He's an excellent author and writer. And also Jaws by Sandra would be another book that I'd recommend. Unfortunately, we have to empower ourselves sometimes with this. And we always say, look toward nature for the answers. And you will see all animals breathe through their noses, unless, of course, like they're panting because they're hot. But primarily animals breathe through their nose. Humans are no different. And so chronic mouth breathing, it can increase your cavity risk. It changes the pH of the mouth. It changes your oral microbiome. It can change your gut microbiome as a result. That can change your immune health and how you're absorbing nutrients. But we also know cardiovascular disease, sleep apnea and cardiovascular disease, erectile dysfunction because of nitric oxide. All of these things, they add up over time. We really say any amount of snoring is abnormal. Unless, of course, you're sick, but that includes your child, So your little baby snoring, although it might be cute, that is a sign there is some airway obstruction and that something should be done. And that includes for your partner. Sleep studies are not extremely accurate in children. They're really only looking for sleep apnea per se, but now, we know that it's really a continuum of some of these sleep disorders. There's sleep disordered breathing, there's upper airway resistance syndrome, there's just dysregulated breathing. And so I really like parents to go in and just observe their children sleeping. Listen to them. Are they snoring? Are they grinding? Are they noisy breathing, like the Darth Vader breathing? Are they tossing and turning? Do they have like really weird positions, like they're craning their neck? Do they spin around in their bed? Are they sleepwalking, sleep talking, prolonged nocturnal urenesis? Are they bedwetting past an age that's normal? These can all be signs that there is some sort of dysregulated breathing happening. And then certainly if you're starting to see behavioral issues during the day too, either whether it's like really they're waking up exhausted or they can't sit still, hyperactivity, focus issues, or teachers are saying they're having a hard time at school, I really would like to look back at their sleep instead of just saying, oh, that's just who they are, now let's medicate them.
DoctorsToTrust.com. Please share this video with loved ones.